What's up, guys? This is Kyle of Cal Visuals. This is a quick tip video on how to bring your photos to life. Alright, so the first thing you want to do is open up Photoshop and bring in a photo that you want. The next thing you want to do is go ahead and select that photo and duplicate the layer. Then you want to go ahead and quick select with the quick select tool, highlight the photo. You're going to get rid of all the dead space and make sure it's just cropped around the person's body. Then, once you get all of that finished, you're going to make a copy of the layer. Now that copy is just going to be of the person's figure. Then you want to select that figure. You're going to go back to the background copy you made, and then you're going to cut. Once you cut, now you'll have all this dead space that you're then going to need to fill. So in order to fill this dead space, what we need to do is grab the magic wand. Then we're going to click on this dead space. Go up to Edit, Fill, Content Aware. Once that's finished, you're going to notice there's still a bunch of white spots that need touching up and cleaned up. So you're going to want to zoom in, and then you want to go to your spot healing brush and just go all the way through and clean that all up until it's all meshed, melded together, looks good, and it looks like a solid background layer. So here I am just kind of cleaning that up a little bit, yada yada. Get going, get going. Yes, sir. Alrighty, and that didn't work. Let's see here. Alright, I think we're about... Alright, cool. I think we're done. So I'm going to turn all the layers on now. I can see all the layers. They're active. I'm going to go up to File and Save As. I'm going to save this as a PSD format file. So I'm going to go ahead and save that where I have located my exports. I'm going to rename this Bianca Hurd CINEGRAPH. Alrighty. So then I'm going to export that. The next step is to go ahead and go to After Effects. Once you're in After Effects, you're going to go ahead and get a new composition going. New project as well, obviously. And you're going to want to import your images, or your PSD file, I should say. But it obviously has 3 separate layers within it. So you're going to go ahead and import that. It's important to select composition again, and then you want to merge. You want to merge the layer styles into the footage. So once you do that, double click on the composition to open it. Now you'll see that we have all the layers similar to Photoshop sitting there in the file. So now I'm going to go to my background copy and click S. This is going to give me my scale. So once I do that, I begin at the beginning, I make a scale, and then I go to 5 seconds at the end and adjust the scale. You only want to do keyframes at the beginning and end because it's going to make sure that the final product is as smooth as possible. So again, I'm going to adjust the scale, and I'm going to go ahead and adjust it from 110 to 113% at 5 seconds. Then I'm going to do the same thing for my main subject. I'm going to adjust the scale by hitting S and then leaving it at a 100 at the beginning, and then I'm going to take it to 110 at the end. I want to have it be a little more subtle and a little less movement. Then, after I do that, I'm going to grab the background copy again and hit P. This is going to bring up the position. Once I get the position option, you can move it as much as you want. This is something I tend to like to more just feel out, so I'm just going to move it ever so slightly myself. And again, once I find the right spot with this background copy, I'm going to then go ahead and I'm going to do the same thing for my main subject as well. Then, once that's all set, we just want to go ahead and review the file make sure, it's exactly the way that we want it. I think that'll be good. All right, let's render it and check it out. Okay, got green there. All right, I think this is good, so I'm going to go ahead and export this file, send it to the render queue. Lossless is fine. I'm going to go ahead and save it where I want it, and here is the final product. Pretty cool, right? All right, let's take it a step further. Now I'm going to show you how you can make it even more animated or come to life even more by bringing your subject to life. So what you want to do is go up to the puppet pin tool. You're going to select the puppet pin tool, and then you're going to go ahead and start making some pins on the body parts. You don't want to overdo it. You just want to get around the main figures of the body. And you also want to have an idea, already set in mind of how you want the body to move. So I already know I kind of want her right shoulder to go up and her left to dip, and the sunglasses and head to kind of move and tilt to the side with it. So I'm going to go ahead and set up some keyframes here, pins with the puppet tool. However, if you notice, it automatically does set up keyframes at the beginning. So I'm going to go ahead and set that up at the beginning again, all my pins. And then I'm going to just make adjustments here as I see fit and, what I find the most appealing, visually appealing. Again, so these are just ever so slightly movements. You don't want to overdo it because then the human eye is going to notice. So you want it to be just a really subtle movement. Nothing too much. So you see I've got some disfiguring going on with her body here. We don't want that. So I definitely need to clean this up a little bit and fix up part of her body, make sure it definitely stays natural and keeps her figure in place. I think that's good, so I'm going to go ahead and export the file, send it out there, let's see it render, and then let's check out this final product. Pretty awesome, right? That's part 1 and part 2 of how to bring your photos to life, making a CINEGRAPH. Alright, well that's it here folks for this episode. We'll see you next Wednesday at 8 p.m. Make sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss what's coming. We got great content coming for you every week. If you have anything you want us to talk about here at Cal Visuals, please leave a comment below and I will be sure to touch on it. See you next week, folks.